Another premise on Wax, it's not a joke premise. My concerted efforts to attack certain industries that aren't pushing a positive message for their consumers, right? Especially the rap, the certain kinds of fitness industries and stuff that don't practice what they preach. They're pushing a lot of false information. And realistically, people are living out even those paradigms. And we need to put back in their face and be like, listen, you collect a lot of money in tickets. You can't just hide behind the fact that most of those things are for adults. But but all that stuff, all that witchcraft's getting cast upon a society of people who are consuming it, and they're not rejecting it as lies. What they're doing is consuming it and add some of these isms and concepts to their lives to a negative benefit, right? Because there's such thing as positive benefits and negative benefits for things when you incorporate certain kinds of information consumption and then digest it and apply it to your persona. A lot of that stuff people aren't on the hook for a public response from. And I've always wanted to be able to, take some of that stuff that I believe is a contingent negative message, and it's a dying industry. It's pushing death. It needs to die. It needs to have a social death, like certain things that just fall out of favor because for whatever reason society says that really doesn't belong. Let's all just marginalize and ignore it, right? Because it's not important. It doesn't add value. And society constantly does that. It's a self-trimming process for that endless process of concept invention. Society has the endless way that it has figured out that even though it's planned an end for things, it still morphs as it contingently moves because it knows its self-inventive concept has to change with the polarity in some way, shape, or form as society's mind changes, and they know they have to keep up in some way, shape, or form. So that pole shift ought to happen with conscientious objection to certain things in industry, right? There's that idea on Wax.